In this video, I'm going to explain why Paul Joseph Watson is the greatest social commentator of our generation. His more recent series, Cities Are Shitholes and Celebrities Are Complete Idiots, have gone viral over and over again and are exactly the kind of honest commentary we need. And before we get started, hit that like button and subscribe to my channel to get updated when I upload. I really love Paul Joseph Watson. He began working alongside InfoWars, making videos about the Bilderberg Group, Monsanto, Joe Rogan, and Alex Jones, and correcting the mainstream narrative on a variety of topics. Wikipedia states, Watson's career emerged through his work for conspiracy theorist and radio host Alex Jones. As editor-at-large of Jones' website InfoWars, he helped to promote fake news and advocated conspiracy theories, such as the claim that 9/11 was a government cover-up, and, well, it was. Everybody knows that it's, never mind. As the editor-at-large of Jones' website, InfoWars, he helped to promote fake news. Great, Wikipedia. Thanks for telling me that.
Imagine my shock.
When we look back on his early videos, we see most of these videos aren't getting that many views. His more recent series, So-and-so is a Complete Idiot, or This City is a Shithole, or The Truth About, have done very well in the YouTube algorithms. And while most of his videos are highly rated, some of them are still incredibly controversial. You can see it, some of these ratings really dip down. Even his audience disagrees with him sometimes. But I think that's the mark of a good creator. Somebody who speaks the truth and who isn't afraid to say what they're really thinking.
And rodent-infested mess.
Rat-infested mess? Sounds like Trump is describing Baltimore as if it was a third world country. And who, apart from a disgusting racist, would describe Baltimore as if it was like a third world country?
You would think that you were in a third world country.
Oh. Well. This is awkward.
Unbelievable that we have a president of the United States who attacks American cities.
I love Paul Joseph Watson because he does not give a shit. He is completely based. He will say what he is thinking, and he does not care if you disagree with him.
If Baltimore was a toilet, LA would be a 500-acre landfill. LA can truly lay claim to the accolade of being king of the shitholes. There are now an estimated 60,000 homeless people living on the streets of LA. That's a 75% rise in homelessness since 2012.
Speaking from personal experience, having lived near San Francisco and been in the city many times, I can personally attest that when you put buildings on a grid and you cram humans together with, a few trees here and a few trees there, 95% concrete and electricity, people start to go fucking crazy. If you look way back through Paul's library, you find a video called Remember What We Fight For. This video, no words are said. It's just a landscape. A beautiful, natural landscape. I've noticed that the less nature there is, especially in places like Silicon Valley, which are really just one giant office, the more deranged people get, the more they talk to themselves, and the more that they get inside their heads. There's also the Truth About series, which covers a particular political topic or mainstream media topic that isn't being accurately described by mainstream sources. These videos are extremely important because they highlight issues and nuances that aren't being discussed by the media. His commentary on pop culture has been particularly influential over the years, as he highlights a number of things that are, as I said before, aren't being discussed by the mainstream media. Paul's ability to see what's going on in the public space is almost uncanny. He recognizes the things that we're all subtly thinking but not saying out loud, about how degenerate things have become and how mainstream pop culture is trying to derail and devolve us into some kind of mutant peasants that do the will of our overlord masters. Paul Joseph Watson's analytical abilities really stand out here, and when one of your mentors is Alex Jones, you're bound to see things that other people don't recognize. Personally, I'm quite happy to see that he made a video called The Truth About the Berkeley Riot, because this was an event I was at that wasn't properly covered by the mainstream news, and a lot of people, including myself who made content about it, had our videos and traffic cut off because we were showing what was really going on. It was not an alt-right event. It was just conservatives having a free speech event to talk about political topics, and then Antifa attacked. And of course, this was not recognized by the mainstream media. It was instead painted as a Nazi event. Antifa versus the Nazis. Of course, Antifa were painted as the good guys. Of course, if you've seen my video, you know just how not good Antifa are. I mean, they hit people, they shed blood, they are not civilized creatures. And I'm thankful to people like Paul Joseph Watson for continuing to spread the truth about what really goes on. The lens he looks through, he sees how much of a clown world we're really living in, just how bad things have gotten and how far we've devolved from nature. Paul Joseph understands that this is being coordinated effectively by the Bilderberg group to try and dumb down the masses and control them. While Paul lives in England, he takes the true American spirit, which is guns, family, and self-governance. He recognizes that the state is a parasite on modern society, and it just leeches off of them to try to control the narratives and control the population. And whether you agree with him about chemtrails or chemical warfare is besides the point. It's clear that there are narratives being pushed that are against human interests. These narratives are meant to dumb us down and make us more like animals than actual humans. Paul Joseph's videos have been so influential, even PewDiePie made a parody of one of them.
Soy boy is causing the destruction of Western civilization. The demasculization of man has caused all these pathetic beta males to just multiply. But how can we spot a soy boy, Felix? Oh, don't worry, I will tell you. Here you have a classic, the quintessential soy face. Balding head or fully bald, awkward beard, glasses, and overly excited face. I can't even recreate this. This is truly despicable stuff that we're seeing here. It's basically the male version of duckface. Soy boys just...
Paul Joseph Watson is clearly a very influential cultural icon. His videos have been seen by millions of people. Despite his long-time relationship with Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson managed to separate himself from InfoWars well enough to still be on YouTube. It's fairly well known at this point that the YouTube overlords do not want you having conspiracy theories or thinking outside the box too much. And of course, it's worth noting that there are heuristics fallacies in some of these statements. For example, saying that all people who eat soy are going to be soy boys may not necessarily be true, although there is documented research showing that soy does reduce testosterone levels. There is also significant evidence that testosterone levels are down in the Western world. And if you see things through the lens of Paul Joseph Watson for too long, you may start to go a little bit insane thinking that, society is collapsing, which it is. But that doesn't mean we can't still be grateful for what we have and work to make the world a better place. I think Paul Joseph Watson is a great person to be giving us this information. He stands out and tells us what he's really thinking, and he sees the world through this lens of progressive degeneracy and points out how crazy things actually are. Here's the flip side of this coin, guys. I would not encourage you to do this sort of thinking on a regular basis. And I say that because I used to be like this. I used to think this way all the time, and it really starts to make you depressed and upset and anxious, or just generally angry most of the time. If you get caught in these thought loops of seeing the world as negative, you may become very unhappy. But for someone like Paul, this is a calling, it's a career, and we need people like this to stand up and tell us how it is. So I am in full support of Paul's channel. I actually just became a member for $5 a month, and I would encourage you to do the same, because YouTube isn't going to allow most of these videos to be monetized, because speaking the truth about reality is considered a thought crime. Reality is far stranger than fiction, and when you begin to realize that we're living in a clown world, all of this makes sense. Guys, thank you for watching. I love every single one of you. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and keep spreading those memes. We need to get the word out about all of these issues and all of these topics, because at the end of the day, meme warfare always wins. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate you, and I upload videos every single day. Keep on posting memes and stay based. P.S. If you want to learn how to edit videos like I do, check out my website, vidwizards.com. You can click on the link in the description.